Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Tan and J-Man Show. Before we go any further, please give us a rating on Apple Podcasts. If you want to stay up to date with all that's happening in the Tan and J-Man Show Nation, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tan and J-Man Show. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to another episode of the Tan and J-Man Show, episode 197, live on the ISC Sports Network this week. Knock on wood. No internet connection issues yet this week. So we apologize for that last week for everybody wanting to view the show, but hope you got a chance to go listen to the audio version. We still had a lot of fun with it. To my right, like always, Josh the J-Man Munt at MuntDog16 on Twitter. What's going on?
What's up?
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
Something like that in this crazy world we're living in right now.
It was a hot day. My head hurts.
It's hot outside in Indiana. It's northern Indiana. It is a scorcher. It's got to be that way all week, I think, but it's August.
It's been a pretty mild August at this point.
It really has. So,
all good things must come to an end.
Well, I know a place you can go to get some drinks that'll cool you off. The Damn Landing.
Beverages.
Whether you want an epic burger, hand-tossed pizza, hand-breaded tenderloin, seafood, craft beer, or a handcrafted cocktail, the Damn Landing is the place to be. The Damn Landing is a bar and grill located on beautiful Lake Manitou that focuses on freshness and quality. And, of course, they have the Damn Smoke available on every weekend, featuring barbecue and steaks. In addition, you can wash it down with one of their 16 beers on tap, including a constant rotation of today's best microbrews and domestic flavors, or a handcrafted cocktail made using fresh ingredients. Take in the fantastic views of Lake Manitou today in their beer garden or outdoor bar area. Whether it be by boat or by wheels, the Damn Landing is the place to be. Located at 1305 Ewing Road in Rochester.
The Tan and J-Man might just be there Friday night. Who knows?
Could be.
We never know. If you want an autograph, come swing by 1305 Ewing Road in Rochester.
Can you write well enough to do multiple autographs?
I'm definitely not ambidextrous, I'll tell you that much. I don't write well with my left hand anyways.
I mean,
left-handed.
Could you write your signature well enough to copy it about 10 times in a row consistently?
Heck no. I just go J, scribble, scribble, M, scribble, scribble.
Yeah.
That's about all I do.
That's kind of what I do, T and the L. I got a short one. Yeah, so do you, though. Short signature. Josh Montanerly. They're pretty short names.
I bet they're about the same amount of letters. I don't really want to count them. I have 9. You have 9, yeah. That's not worthy of a high five.
Social distancing, remember? High fives, no high fives.
I forgot that thing's still going on. Since 1930, only 3 players in Major League Baseball history have at least 30 home runs and 100 RBIs before their 21st birthday.
Oh, geez.
Can you name those 3 guys?
Probably not, but I'm going to give them my best shot. How about that?
That's all you can do. You got to put on a brave face, as Michael Scott said. Just going to put on a brave face.
Hey, I try my hardest every week when it comes to these. I just usually fail really bad.
Birdie Bogey is brought to you by Noble Gnome LLC for fresh, locally grown, nutrient-dense produce from Bryce and Katie Romine of Mentone, Indiana. Like them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. Check out their website, noblegnomellc.com. They will not be having any sweet corn until September 2nd at the earliest, but they were at the Kosciuszko County Farmers Market on Saturday, and they had all their usual veggies, and they are also selling Back to Eden elderberry syrup. Big fan of syrup.
I think you need to go try that out.
Huge fan. I don't know what kind of... I assume it's... Well, I don't even want to speculate. But anyway, get your veggies.
Always. Every week.
You got to get them. Makes you stronger.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for some On This Day sport events that have happened on August 24th?
Let's hear it.
On this day, 1905, your Chicago Cubs beat the Phillies 2-1 in a 20-inning game.
1905, man.
It's a lot of innings.
My great-grandparents weren't even alive yet.
Let's see here. On this day, 1940, Red Sox left fielder Ted Williams, we mentioned him a lot on the segment, I feel like. He pitched the last 2 innings in a 12-1 loss to the Detroit Tigers. He allowed 3 hits and 1 run.
2 innings?
Yes.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
For a non-pitcher.
Could have been worse. Let's see. On this day in 1979, NFL fans, 60,916 of them to be exact, chose the old Patriots logo over the new one.
Do they have them side by side?
I know what the old one was. It was the AFL one. I don't know what the other NFL one was. I know what their logo is currently, but I don't know what their logo history was.
I like their AFL logo a lot better than their normal one now. And I assume it was pretty similar to what it is now.
I don't know.
Back in the day.
I know they had that old one when they lost to the Bears in '85.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's what they would have voted for. So I don't know what the new one was in 1979.
Oh.
Yeah. On this day in 1983, Cincinnati Red.
Oh, Cincinnati Red.
Pete Rose.
Peter.
Ended his consecutive games played streak at 745 games.
Something about that guy I just don't like.
Well, he's going to be on here again in the next mention. Because on this day in 1989, Pete Rose was suspended from baseball for life for gambling.
31 years ago.
Gambling on his own team to win. Suspended for life.
Gotta be smart in that. He's a degenerate.
He'll get in the hall eventually.
Think so?
Not when he's alive.
They should also put Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Hall of Fame.
That should have been done a long time ago.
He hit like 330 or something in the World Series. Still banned him.
On this day, 1992, the Cleveland Browns suffered their worst preseason loss, 56-3 to the Vikings.
Even in preseason, that's pretty embarrassing.
That's what I was going to say. Don't really care, but that's a 53-point shellacking.
I wonder if, I'm sure there were some fans that were real upset about it. I would.
Oh, the Brown fans, they're diehards.
Yeah, but I would have a real hard time being upset about any preseason loss, regardless of how it happens.
A lot of times you'll see teams go 0-4 in preseason and have a good season.
I am missing preseason, though.
It is, yes.
That is why it doesn't feel like the NFL season's so close.
Yeah, I agree. I've never been a fan of the preseason. I'm a fan of them looking into cutting it down by a few games. But, yeah, it doesn't feel like NFL's less than 3 weeks away.
Right.
I mean, the Monday night games are 3 weeks from tonight.
I mean, we'd be in probably the third week of preseason at least.
But I will say, today I started getting a little excited for NFL. I kind of getting the vibes running through me again a little bit today. I don't know why. Maybe because it's 3 weeks away now from my favorite team making their season debut. I don't know.
Yeah, we're in an orange room. If you don't know who his favorite team is,
they can't see the.
Not anymore. They used to be able to see the orange room.
They see the only non-orange wall in the room. So
it's my favorite wall in the whole place, too.
On this day in 2004, the future 8-time Olympic gold medal winner Usain Bolt of Jamaica finished 5th in his 200-meter heat in 21.05 seconds, failing to qualify for the second round at the Athens Olympics.
Do you think if you were to run around this whole block, like all the way around, it's probably, I don't know how long it would be from, do you think he would lap you twice?
I'll say yes. I have no idea, but I'm not very fast, and he makes fast people look not so fast.
I'm a big fan of hypotheticals. So in this hypothetical race,
I usually give myself too much credit. Like this time, I'm not giving myself any credit because I just don't think I would do it. I think he'd lap me. I don't know.
Twice?
I don't know.
You're no fun.
On this day in 2006, after signing a one-day contract with the San Francisco 49ers, Jerry Rice officially retired from the NFL.
I think he should have been in the Hall of Fame as a Raider.
Oh, jeez. Bronco or Seahawk?
Did he actually catch a ball with the Broncos?
Preseason.
Oh, I never played
I
regular.
don't think so.
Doesn't
But
count.
every time I go out to Denver for a game, it seems like I see somebody wearing a number 19 Jerry Rice jersey. And it makes me smile because I'm like, that is stupid, but he had the coolest jersey I've ever seen.
That's like somebody wearing a Chris Carter Dolphin jersey.
Yeah.
He did catch 8 balls with them. And
Didn't he catch one touchdown?
He did, but he dropped one in Minnesota that would have put the Dolphins in the playoffs, and they lost.
On this day in 2008, the Summer Olympics in Beijing became the most watched event on TV ever.
Wow.
Nearly 5 billion people, 70% of the world's population, watched it.
Wow. Did you say 70%?
70% at the time, 5 billion.
What was it? Just the Olympics period?
Also on this day in 2008, the star-studded American men's basketball team led by the likes of LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Kobe Bryant.
Darren Williams.
Who Kobe Bryant's birthday was yesterday. Won the gold medal at the Beijing Olympics.
How could they not have Darren Williams?
With a narrow 118-107 win over Spain.
Darren Williams was on that team.
We know.
Man. He was sixth man.
He's already out of the league. All these other guys still playing.
He made
that's
like
probably
100.
why they mentioned. Well, Kobe's not playing.
Kobe's dead, man.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that his birthday was yesterday. But he played longer than Darren did, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Darren got hurt.
On this day in 2018, the French Open tennis banned Serena Williams' black Nike catsuit from future tournaments, citing respect for the game and the place. Remember that?
I don't remember it, but that annoys the crap out of me. Respect the game. What does that even mean?
Dress code, I guess. I don't know.
Stupid.
On this day last year, Andrew Luck screwed over my fantasy team and shocked the NFL world by announcing his retirement from the NFL.
Soft.
I'm not touching that. Not touching that.
I'm just kidding.
But there's also a lot of sports birthdays today.
Oh.
Mike Shanahan.
I knew that was coming.
Denver Bronco, two-time Super Bowl coach.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he should be. He's not in there yet. 1952, he was born. Got Cal Ripken Jr. He's a Hall of Fame shortstop. 1960. Reggie Miller, Olympic gold medalist in 1996 and a Hall of Famer, was born in 1965.
Yes, I would say Mike Shanahan should probably be a Hall of Famer. Rich
Beam, American golfer, PGA championship winner in 2002. The only reason I bring him up is because he's an announcer on the new PGA Tour 2K21 game. He's one of the announcers because we were talking about him the other night.
How old is he today? 50?
Yeah, he's born in 1970. So, and WWE owner Vincent Kennedy McMahon turned 75 today. And Arian Foster, running back for the Texans and the Dolphins,
was
born in 1986.
Terrible with the Dolphins, but he got a playoff share in 2016.
Pretty good with the Vols. Where did he go to college at?
Then you just said Vols.
I did. I meant pretty good with the Texans. And then, yeah, so Tennessee.
I thought he went to Tennessee anyway, but that kind of gave it away.
Yep. And Thad Mooney commented, year after Pete dies, he gets in the Hall of Fame, in his opinion. Pete Rose, earlier we were talking about that.
I'm sorry, who the heck's Pete? All these Petes were coming into my brain. And
I was kind of looking for a Purdue Pete bobblehead real quick. So, but the On This Day segment is brought to you by Proforma Print House. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting, Proforma Print House has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs. You need to look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company. Call them today at 574-210-3815. You can get yourself a nice water bottle for your company or organization that everybody in the IC Sports Network can see right now. So if you're listening on the audio version, go check out our video feed, and you can see the water bottle I'm showing off. So,
the NFL had 77 false positive COVID-19 tests.
79. Was it only 77?
It says 77.
Yeah, close.
Because their testing center, their partner, had an isolated contamination. All of those 77 false positives came back negative today. So that's good news. A couple teams had to shut down their facilities, though, for a day. What happens if that happens during the season?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's bad luck. I mean, I'm thinking today, what if, you think certain guys, what if you think your starting quarterback, he tests positive, so then you set him out and you end up losing that game, and then come find out, it was a
false positive.
False positive. He could have played. Yeah.
I think that's just going to what we're have to deal with this year.
It's going to be a year of luck.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what's happened in baseball. We've been lucky that only two teams have really had a true outbreak in baseball, and hopefully what happened to the Marlins and the Cardinals will serve as a warning to the players of the NFL. I know on Hard Knocks last week, or maybe it was the first episode.
Don't spoil it for me.
It's been 2 weeks. You got to watch it. That's not my fault at this point.
Don't rip my head off either. My gosh.
Sean McVay just addressed his team and showed them what was happening to the Marlins. And as kind of a warning to them, don't go out and do something stupid. There's so many players on a roster. Are they having 53 on a total roster?
Yes.
And I know they cut it down for their camp roster, right? I'm not sure how many, but it's less than usual. So you'll just see more. There's more of a chance somebody's going to go out and do something stupid. We hope that's not the case. But as far as the false positives, that's not great. And hopefully it's a good thing this happened 3 weeks before the season started so they can kind of figure it out and know what went wrong and fix it, because that's all you can do. It's just going to be a weird year regardless.
Well, it's going to be a weird year, too, in week 1 when some stadiums allow fans and others don't.
Yeah.
Very weird.
We talked last week the Chiefs are allowing, was it 20%?
16,000.
16,000. That might be 20%.
Heck, the Chiefs were allowing people to come into their open practices on Saturday.
I saw
in
that
the stadium.
as well. And they're allowing tailgating in Kansas City.
I guess they win the World Championship, Super Bowl. They can do whatever they want. That's how they view it.
The Dolphins announced today that Hard Rock Stadium will allow 20%, which is 13,000. They're also doing that for University of Miami games. So that's about all they get anyway.
Florida State said they're going to tailgate.
However, they are not allowed to tailgate at Hard Rock Stadium. And
everybody's got to wear masks.
Everyone has to wear masks. I saw the setup today of how they're going to
They do them like pods.
What do you mean?
Like you can get up to 2 to 4, maybe up to 6 people. Like you can be a family or I guess just friends, but they're separated.
The pictures I saw were 2 seats together and then a bunch of seats
empty,
blocked off. 2 seats together, stuff like that.
So 2 together. Yeah, I know some that are going to do pods. You can have 4 to 6 people. It's like grouped, but then there's tons of seats blocked off or open. Then there's another group, and a lot of them aren't. Of course, the NFL is blocking off the first 8 rows at the lower level no matter what. Mm-hmm. But a lot of other events going on that are starting to open up aren't even allowing people down in the 100 level section. They're all going to be up.
Buffalo Bills coach Sean McDermott whined about it today, saying it's not fair. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, you should be able to win in front of that many fans.
It's not going to make a difference.
It will add a little bit to the environment.
A little bit, but it's not going to be like super loud. You're not going to be able to hear cadence.
Now, if the Cowboys are allowed to get 50% in, that's 60-some thousand, then that makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's some college stadiums.
Absolutely.
In there.
But 13, he was whining about 13,000. It's ridiculous.
I mean, the NFL's leaving it up to every city, but it's got to be frustrating to some of those fans in the cities who would like to go and can't.
Sure, but
like the Broncos week 1.
It is what it is.
The Packers, their first 2 home games, the Packers, some of the most loyal fans in the NFL.
That's classic.
and the indoor stadiums, like the Colts are allowing fans.
Are they really?
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
I think indoor would be tougher.
I assume the Texans will as well then.
Yeah, I don't know about the Bears.
Illinois is so strict about everything that I can't imagine the Bears will.
Well, yeah, Florida's like the hot spot, and everything's pretty much being allowed.
Florida's cases have gone way down.
Yeah, well, so have New York.
The whole
nation.
U.S. And 13,000.
I could see, and just because it starts out this way doesn't mean they might increase the fans being allowed as the season goes on if things get better.
Hopefully. That'd be cool. 13,000 people in a 65,000 seat stadium or whatever it is.
I mean, that's what the Dolphins usually average anyways in attendance. So
you didn't hear me make that joke about the Hurricanes earlier?
No, the Hurricanes?
Miami Hurricanes.
I was thinking Carolina. I got hockey on the brain. I'm sorry.
I made that same joke, and Tanner just had to make another joke.
I was probably getting our show out on social media
so
on the channel.
I apologize
so more eyeballs
for
can get
his
on
slowness tonight. That is pretty much what they average, though. Yeah. Last year it felt like it anyway, but it's going to be weird.
I'm just ready for it. I just hope it goes well.
All you can really do right now is just hope and pray.
It is. And I'm going to whine about college football here in a couple weeks, too.
In baseball, really, ever since the Cardinals' idiocy has really gone on without a hitch. I know the Mets had a series canceled.
Subway Series with the Yankees.
Or postponed anyway. How many positives do they have?
I don't know. I think it was only like 3. But
as long as it doesn't spread, you're still in pretty good shape. No other positive COVID-19 cases after a 2-man outbreak.
Oh, 2.
That's good. It was an isolated incident. I think the Reds had one too last week, but it was an isolated kind of deal. So that's good. And I'm glad other teams are taking it seriously besides those idiots from St. Louis.
Well, it's going to take everybody taking it seriously all over the sports landscape to make things work, especially these college football players that are getting to play, the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12, and the AAC, and I know I'm forgetting one other small conference, Sun Belt maybe, or just SoCo.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to try to be as careful as they can.
Ole Miss quarterback yesterday came out with a message, John Reese Plummer is his name, about staying, social distancing, all that. We want football. And some lady or some college girl commented, "Sir, I drove past you and 10 other kids playing beer pong 2 days ago."
Yeah, well.
Hypocrite.
Yeah. But, man, those 3 conferences, they're plugging away.
Yep.
Schools might be closed, but football's going to happen. I mean, they're bound to determine.
I still think the Big Ten was smart.
I'm not going to get into that today.
I was mad at first, but the more I looked about it.
Mad, but I don't want to talk about that tonight.
Sense.
Maybe when we get closer to college football, but when more comes out, if ever, I just wish he'd answer more questions, the commissioner.
And that's fair, because his press conferences have not been great.
That's all. I'd like him to come out and
fair.
answer some more questions and improve the study they were looking at, but whatever.
Transitioning to a different sport, what sport you want to talk next?
Let's go baseball.
Let's go baseball?
Yep.
All right. The San Diego Padres hit 5 grand slams in their last 7 games and had a streak of 4 straight games with a grand slam.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Insane. Including Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting a grand slam on a 3-0 pitch when he was up, when the team was up 10-3, and Rangers manager Chris Woodward whined about it. He had the gall to say Tatis broke an unwritten rule. Let's talk about this for a second. The whole unwritten rule disrespect thing is complete bullcrap. There's a reason why these unwritten rules are not written down, because they do not freaking exist.
Why don't you explain to the viewers and listeners some unwritten rules you can think about off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, don't swing 3-0 when you're up big in a game. Stupid.
Yeah, who cares? I mean,
don't bunt in a no-hitter. Now, that one, I should say, if it's a 1 or 2 nothing game and you bunt in the 8th inning to try for a hit, I think that's fair.
Because you're
trying to win the freaking game. Absolutely.
I would say if you're within 4 runs.
Sure.
Technically,
get something started.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if you're down 8, 10 runs, that's okay. Yeah. Some other unwritten rules: you don't steal bases when you're up big, which is dumb.
It's part of the game.
A lot of the unwritten rules favor the pitchers. They don't favor the hitters at all. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I was watching John Boy Media's podcast, and he was talking about all the unwritten rules, and there was quite a few of them. I wish I could remember some of them, though.
I mean, I guess that's like some of these are like being up huge in basketball with the shot clock expired and doing a dunk on somebody. But it's not the only one I can think of in basketball.
It just annoys me because, for one, why should a hitter just stop trying to do his job just because they're up 7 runs, you know? And why is hitting a grand slam on a 3-0 pitch so much worse than hitting one on a 3-1 pitch? What's the difference? And throw a better pitch.
Yeah.
You know, throw a better pitch. The thing that really annoyed me was Padres manager Jace Tingler, stupid name, by the way, defended the Rangers manager and made his young superstar player apologize.
He obviously doesn't like confrontation.
You want to know why people aren't watching baseball as much? It's because of those idiots that are trying to tame the most exciting player in the National League, maybe in all of baseball. It's pathetic, and Woodward and Tingler ought to be ashamed of themselves. I'm so glad 99% of the baseball world came to defense of Tatis. There's still those people that believe in the unwritten rules, and it annoys the living crap out of me. Fernando Tatis, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Please keep doing what you're doing. Trevor Bauer came out in favor of what Tatis did, which I don't like Trevor Bauer at all, but he's an outspoken guy.
Just a little bit.
And I liked what he said. He just said, keep doing you, swing when you want to swing. I just don't understand. They were up 7. It's not like they're up 24, you know?
Yeah, I've never understood getting mad about the unwritten rules. Sports are changing all the time. Throw those things out the window.
Right. And another thing that made me mad, Eric Hosmer, the leader of the San Diego Padres, came up to Tatis and was kind of ripping him a new one in the dugout.
Maybe that's why nobody wants to go play for the Padres unless they just really open up the checkbook like they did for Manny Machado.
Tatis should never have apologized for doing his job. Keep doing what you're doing. He is the most exciting player in all of baseball right now. It's hard to even argue that point. And it just annoys me that they're trying to tame him. It ticks me off, to be honest. But anyway, moving on to something less it's not even controversial.
Just something that won't get you as fired up.
There you go. Diamondbacks pitcher Zach Gallen, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, tied Major League record with 21 straight starts with 3 earned runs or fewer to start a career. Probably never even heard of him, have you?
Nope.
The Miami Marlins gave him up at the trade deadline yesterday for a minor league shortstop.
There was a trade. I didn't even know the deadline was yesterday.
Last year, I mean.
Oh.
Not yesterday. My bad. For a light-hitting shortstop that isn't even in the major leagues. Good job, Marlins. 2 players are hitting over 400. Can you name them?
I want to take a stab at one, but I don't think he is anymore. Chuck Blackmon?
Charlie Blackmon is hitting 405.
All right, still is. I don't know the other one.
DJ LeMahieu's hitting 411. Your 2 favorite teams in all sports right there. You didn't even know it.
Didn't even watch an inning of either of them this week. But
speaking of the team from the mountain,
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about them anymore. I get threatened.
Now that they're losing, I am going to enjoy talking about them.
You better hope they don't get on another win streak.
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
They've lost 7 in a row, the Colorado Rockies.
I really don't care.
7 in a row. Well, now you know how I feel.
No, the reason I cared was because you went out and put a
now you should have to hear how bad it's been for them. They've lost 7 in a row.
I see it on Twitter all the time.
10 of 11, and are now 4 games out of second place.
Yeah.
And half game out of last. They're going to finish last in that division. Yeah.
No.
The National League is pretty bad.
It's awful.
Yeah, there's 5 teams
terrible
over 500. I think the Dodgers are the best team in the sport.
You would have multiple teams make it right now in the playoffs in the National League that have losing records.
The 4 teams over 500 or 5 teams over 500 are Dodgers, Padres, Cubs, Cardinals, and Braves. That's it. That's all you got.
Cardinals.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be postseason eligible. Jose Abreu and the White Sox are en fuego. They've won 7 of 8 and are just mashing. Jose Abreu hit 6 home runs in a 19-inning span against the Cubs over the weekend.
I think the Cubs need to stop throwing to that guy. He's obviously a Cub killer.
They hit 12 home runs during that 3-game series and have hit 24 home runs since last week this time. 24 in 7 games.
Raking.
Insane. Moving on to the Cubs. They had an uneven week. They played 8 times. Their record was 4-4. It felt so much worse, though. But all they have to do is just bank wins, and I think 30 wins is the magic number. They only need 12 more to get there just to make a postseason.
Weird postseason without fans. And
be so weird. Offense completely stopped hitting. They're still getting on base at a solid clip, but just aren't cashing in.
Is Bryant back yet?
He was placed on the injured list Saturday, I believe they put him on. The slugging has completely disappeared as well. They're just not hitting homers. With the bases loaded this season, the average of all major league teams, their slash line, 282, 334 on base, 445 slugging. The Cubs have had the 4th most plate appearances with the bases loaded, and they are 6 for 32 with 1 walk, 3 double plays hitting into. 0 extra base hits. Not great.
No,
Bob.
Not ideal.
Really, the whole lineup outside of Ian Happ is just flat out not hitting. KB's on the IL.
He's a podcaster like us.
He's a good podcaster, too.
So are we.
They need someone else to step up. Pitching's been pretty good. Alec Mills and John Lester had major blow-ups. And it was really Lester.
Lester's always good for about 2 of those a year, isn't he?
A couple of those, yep. And unfortunately, in this short season, we need him to not have one. And he's had a couple in a row now.
Yeah, you think he's starting to lose it a little bit?
He started to lose it last year. Okay. He just wasn't very good at all.
He's getting up there in age.
Yu Darvish has been awesome. Pooh.
Yeah, it's hard to call him that when he's pitching so well. But
he pitched 2 great games this week and has cemented himself as probably the front runner for the Cy Young Award right now. I know Reds fans don't want to hear that because they think Trevor Bauer is God. He's second in all of baseball in pitchers, wins above replacement, and first in the National League, which means he's been the most valuable pitcher in the National League this year. Since the All-Star break, last year he has thrown 118 and 2/3 innings, struck out 162, walked only 13. Threw 25 sliders yesterday, according to StatCast. Got a swing and miss on 13 of them.
It's pretty good
That
percentage.
is insane. I don't know if you saw any video of him yesterday throwing his slider. It was unhittable. Threw a bad one to Jose Abreu. He hit off the scoreboard. But that was it. Other than that, he was awesome.
Do they play the White Sox again this year?
They do.
I
It would be
figured.
in
White
Sox.
Guaranteed rate field.
Yes, arrow pointing down.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep the White Sox in the ballpark, though, as I said, over the weekend. They entered the weekend series, the Cubs did, having given up only 25 home runs on the year, which was fourth fewest in baseball at the time. They have now given up the ninth most in all of baseball.
I thought it was going to be a really rough weekend for you because if the Cubs didn't get through yesterday, that's...
Yeah, it would have been a sweep, and they really got lucky yesterday. Kyle Schwarber hit a homer late.
I actually flipped it to the game one pitch before he hit a home run just for a bit.
It was his longest homer he's hit this year,
He cranked that
430
one.
feet. But then in the ninth, Jeremy Jeffress came on and got 2 quick outs and then a little infield single and walked 2. And then David Bogey misplayed an easy pop out into a foul ball and then luckily got a double play or a ground ball by Yoan Moncada. Bullpen's been actually pretty good. Their back end anyway. Rowan Wick had kind of a blow up on Saturday. But Craig Kimbrell's looked really good here lately. David Ross used him in a save spot for the first time in a while against the Cardinals on Wednesday night, and he struck out 3. His fastball velocity was up, hit 99, I think, for the first time in his Cubs career. That knuckle curve was filthy, too. Is getting a lot of swings and misses, which earlier in the year, guys were just spitting on it, not even swinging because they knew it was coming, which really tells me he was tipping his pitches. But need to keep rolling. They play the Tigers for 3 starting tonight, and then a 4-game set in Cincinnati.
Time to sweep 2 series for them.
Including a doubleheader on Saturday.
Sweep them all.
Just bank wins, baby. Just bank wins. That's all I need to do.
Well, what's the AL race looking like right now?
I will go look it up. The Tampa Bay Rays, after struggling the first week or so of the season, are now winning the AL East by a game over the Yankees.
They've been my dad's World Series champion pick since it began.
They pitch so well. They just do a lot of things.
And they're used to playing in front of absolutely
really well.
nobody.
Yeah. The Orioles are still hanging in there at 14-14. Blue Jays as well, 13-13. The Boston Red Sox are tied. They're tied with the worst record in all of baseball.
Just hate to see it.
They're 9-20. Do you know who they're tied with?
Worst record in baseball. No.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Wow.
9-20.
Poor Mike Trout, man.
And poor Anthony Rendon, too. But in the Central, the Twins are winning the division at 19-10. Indians 17-11. White Sox right on their tail at 17-12. Tigers and Royals both have 11 wins. Oakland Athletics have the second best record in the sport at 20-9. Houston's behind them at 15-13, and then it's a whole bunch of
garbage.
Rangers 10-17, Mariners 11-19, and Angels. And all 3 of those teams are already 9 games out at least.
Just quit.
Pirates have actually gained a few games here.
That's all they won. They beat the Brewers.
Yeah, 2 out of 3,
yeah.
I think. Or no, maybe it was more. Because the Brewers are 11-15, Reds are 11-15. Man, Cubs could really end the Red season this weekend if they were to win even 3 of 4.
See, Tampa Bay lost today, 6-4 to the
They
Blue
already
Jays.
played. Okay. Then in the West, Dodgers are 22-8, best record. Padres 18-12, Giants 14-16. They're hanging in there. Rockies 13-15, Diamondbacks 13-16. So it's a huge series between the Rocks and the D-backs this week. The loser of that series ends up in last place for the time being.
Yeah, the Colorado sports scene, it's been a lot of up and downs lately.
I did see that Yadi Molina shared a picture on Instagram that said F COVID, and he was with a bunch of people. And I didn't think he could get any more unlikable, but he was wearing a John Elway throwback jersey and a Denver Broncos hat.
Ooh. Man, hey, maybe. Yeah.
Worst person in the world.
Huh. Gain a little bit of respect for him now.
Right when I thought he couldn't get any dumber. He goes and does something like this.
He's got good taste when it comes to football.
I'm not going to say he redeemed himself, though.
Good taste when it comes to football. NBA playoffs are happening in the bubble.
Yes, sir.
Indiana Pacers are up right now 18-16 over the Miami Heat.
Ooh, they're going to win one.
2:46 left in the first quarter. The Pacers are trying to avoid a sweep. They just haven't been playing good basketball. They're really missing Sabonis really bad.
He's their best player.
Yeah, he is. Oladipo's not their best player.
No, he's probably third or fourth. Give me Warren over
the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Orlando Magic earlier today, 121-106, to give them a 3-1 commanding lead.
Giannis is the first player ever to have 4 straight games to start a playoff series. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists.
I got a question about him here in a bit. The Oklahoma City Thunder came back and beat the Houston Rockets.
They were down 11 in the third quarter when I checked.
117-114 to tie the series at 2 games apiece. I think that's going to go to 7.
I agree.
And then tonight at 9 o'clock, you got the Lakers and Blazers. That's game 4 of that series. The Nets are already sent home. I think they're going to be a team to watch for next year, though, with Kyrie, Durant, and then a lot of their other young guys they got on that team. Got the Mavericks at a 2-2 tie in the series with the Clippers. Luka hit a game-winning buzzer beater.
Superstar.
Yes, he's only 21 years old. He can do it all. That leads me to this question. You're starting a franchise for the next 10 years. You get a pick today. Are you taking Luka or are you taking the Greek Freak?
That's a good question. Giannis is only 25.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you got him till he's 35 the next 10 years. Luka, you got till he's 31 next 10 years.
Luka.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This year at 21, he's played more games at the age of 20 this season than he did 21. 28.8 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, 8.8 assists. I mean, come on.
He's good, man. These two are fun players to watch.
It's so tough, though, because Giannis was 29.5 points, 13.6 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. Luka's a better shooter and free throw shooter by a wide margin. Barely better three-point shooter, I guess.
Just think if you were a Sacramento Kings fan, knowing that you passed up on both those guys.
They're used to doing stuff like that.
They are the Cleveland Browns of the NBA, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
except no one talks about
how about the Atlanta Hawks drafting Luka and trading him to the Mavericks for Trae Young?
Trae Young's a pretty good player, but he's not Luka.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, he's not Luka. Trae did average almost 30 points a game and 9 assists.
How many shots did he put up? Like a million?
20 a game.
Okay, that's not as many as I thought. But, man, the Mavericks always get those exciting foreign shooters to watch.
Yeah. Man, Luka's fun to watch, too.
Yeah, I picked them to upset the Clippers last week, I believe.
It's 2-2, right?
So it's 2-2 now.
Nice.
Yeah, my NBA Finals champion at the start of the year, the Philadelphia 76ers, they got swept, knocked out.
You hate to see it.
So the process, not going well. The coach, Brent, is that his first name? Brent Brown? Brett Brown got fired.
Today.
After 7 seasons.
That's a long time in the NBA anymore.
It's pretty long.
Especially after being real bad those first couple years of that.
So we'll see who they go after now.
The Chicago Bulls also fired their coach, Jim Boylan. One of the worst coaches in their franchise's history, I would say. I'd say he was worse than Tim Floyd. Tim Floyd had a lot less to work with anyway.
The Bulls, besides a couple of years with Derrick Rose, and then, of course, the great Jordan years, are just a forgettable franchise. But
I do think this new
Jordan got him 6 championships.
General manager and president of basketball ops guy from Denver, I think he came from the Nuggets.
Yes, he did.
I think he actually knows what he's doing, and I think they got the 4th pick in the draft, which they've been picking 7th for the past 12 years. So picking 4th. As long as Paxson and Gar Forman aren't running the show, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. Juwan Howard's name kind of emerged.
It's getting bandied about, isn't it?
For rumors of Woj with a Woj bomb today, kind of.
Yes, whole Juwan Howard. That's why I kind of always thought it was a risky hire by Michigan, because I always thought he'd be looking to get back to the NBA. I think he'll end up leaving, too. He says, I'm not entertaining any ideas, nothing like that.
Kiss of death, usually.
Yes, it usually means he's gone.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
I hope he leaves, because I'm tired of Purdue recruiting against him already.
He'll be able to get recruits, but say...
I mean, you look at the NBA guys Michigan's produced.
Sure.
Man.
But look who's unemployed. Their former coach, John Beilein.
Yeah.
I would much rather have Juwan Howard on that sideline than John Beeline. That dude's a killer, man. He might not be able to recruit as well as Howard. That dude can coach behind.
You just said the opposite, I think. You would rather have Howard than
That's what
Beeline.
I mean. That's what I said.
You would rather have Howard as a coach than Beeline?
Yes. No. I would rather have Beeline as the coach.
Oh, I got you.
What I was saying is I would rather have Howard on that Michigan sideline.
My fault.
That is your fault.
It's hard to understand what you mean sometimes.
It makes a ton of sense in my head. Now you screwed up my train of thought. I had a real good point to make.
I don't even
behind Brad Underwood, John Beeline would be the best coach in the in the Big Ten.
Get out of here now. New podcast partner I'm looking for. I think if Howard was to leave, I don't even think Michigan goes to Beeline.
Don't think so?
Who knows if he'd even be interested coming back again? But
He might. He's only gone a year. I mean, I think he could just come in there and pick up right away. Watch out for Luke Yaklich, though. He's the UIC coach. He was their assistant under Beeline. That was kind of their defensive guy. Who knows if he would leave UIC after not even.
Watch for Dane Fife.
Dane Fife, too. He's been mentioned for a ton of.
He wants that Michigan State job.
Yeah, he's waiting. Who knows when Izzo's
I was going to say he does know how to recruit the state of Michigan, but Michigan State doesn't recruit in one state. They recruit all over the world.
Tom Izzo's 65. He could be coaching for another 12 years. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that means Fife is interested. Michigan's a heck of a job, too.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Izzo coaches past 70.
What gives you that impression?
I don't know. You don't see coaches lasting that long anymore with age.
Boeheim.
Besides the Boeheim, Williams, and Kay. They're probably going to be the last three. Boeheim should have been fired 2 years ago.
Boeheim 75.
And Boeheim hit a guy, killed him in a car.
Forgot about that. Coach K 73.
Well, I mean, guys like that you can't force out.
You could if you won. Roy's only 70, but it seems like Roy's had some health issues.
Well, so's Coach K.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Boeheim, but like I said, he ran over a guy with his car. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it was an accident, but he kind of just got away with it.
Maybe they
everything, but no.
Who knows?
But yeah, it'll be interesting to follow the Juwan Howard. I'm not
saga.
Saga. I was gonna say sweepstakes, but he's not out there yet. So, but like you said, it's usually the kiss of death. I mean, look what Nick Saban did to the Dolphins years ago.
Yeah, he chose Dante Culpepper
over Drew Brees,
which that's a different story. But then, literally, it felt like 30 seconds before he took the Alabama job. He said, "I'm solely focused on being the Dolphins coach. I'm their head coach. Have no interest in the Alabama job." 30 seconds later, Adam Schefter, whoever it was probably John Clayton at that time, came on. Nick Saban has accepted the. I was at Nick Saban's last game as a Dolphins head coach. He started Cleo Lemon at quarterback. If you want to know how that season went.
Yeah, not good.
They about went into Indy and beat him though. That was the year Colts won the Super Bowl.
Speaking of the Colts, because I know you just love them so much, I thought the Tan and J-Man Show Nation might be hungry for a list. So I had J-Man come up with, I did mine too.
I didn't even come up with a list. I'm just going to stream of consciousness
in
here.
your head. Mm-hmm. Your top 5 least favorite teams in each sports league.
Want to start with football then?
Yeah.
Number 1, New England Patriots.
Mine's Oakland. Or, whoa. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Caught yourself. Number 2, Indianapolis Colts.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Number 3, you've really made me hate the Denver Broncos.
That's fine. Number 3 for me, I'm not going to put the Patriots there because now that Brady's gone, I really don't care anymore. Sure. I'm going to put the Cowboys at number 3.
Hate the Cowboys as well. My number 4 is probably the Jets.
I will put number 4 the Los Angeles Chargers.
Hate Adam Gase.
Even though that was more Phillip Rivers than anything, but still a division rival.
Then it'd probably be the Cowboys number 5 for me. I don't like Jerry Jones. Don't like that franchise. I used to really hate the Seahawks. Don't hate them nearly as much
I kind of want to say the Colts because of Phillip Rivers, but I think I'm going to say the Seahawks, number 5.
You don't like Pete Carroll, do you?
Not a big fan.
That's fair.
I wasn't a big fan of a lot of their guys on defense. Like Earl Thomas, who got cut by the Ravens yesterday for punching a teammate the other day.
That dude's had some problems here lately.
And the Cowboys are interested in signing him if he gets released. So.
They were interested in him to begin with before he went to Baltimore.
How about college football? Do you have 5 least favorite teams?
Notre Dame's on the list.
Yeah, they are. tied for first with Indiana for me.
I really don't like Purdue. I'm sorry
That's
to say.
fine. I knew you didn't. I do this to people.
Don't like Indiana. I hate Harbaugh, but
I don't like Michigan. They're right
I don't
there.
know if I really hate Michigan that much.
Michigan's number 5 for me. I got 2 tied for first, and my other ones, Nebraska and Minnesota. Yep. Frost and
I was going to say,
Fleck.
I hate both of their coaches, but I don't think I hate them. I guess that has something to do with it, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like the college football one's changed a lot.
Yeah, I don't like Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, they annoy me, but
I can't come up with a good enough list.
I just follow the Big Ten more closely than any other conference. So
yeah. I can't do it.
Oh, college basketball.
Indiana.
Yeah, they're number 1 for me.
I really don't hate Purdue basketball.
Michigan State's number 2 for me.
I hate Iowa. It was an easy number. Iowa's probably number 1. Although I would root for Iowa over Indiana quite a bit.
After those 2, it takes a big drop off for me.
I like Matt Painter a lot.
It takes a big drop off after number 2. I don't really
Wisconsin, hate them. Hate their fans. Hate Greg Gard. I can't stand anything about Wisconsin basketball. Worst Big Ten champion I've ever seen in my life last year.
I don't really like Butler.
I don't mind Butler.
I have a lot of friends and some family that went to Butler, and they're just always good. It annoys me because they're just good.
I used to hate Ohio State, but I don't anymore.
Oh yeah, that might be in my top 5. I'm not sure though.
Northwestern would be on my top 5 football.
They don't bother me.
Northwestern basketball is garbage now, so I don't really care about them anymore.
They don't bother me.
Don't like Duke.
Duke's never really bothered me that bad.
I should hate North Carolina, but I really don't. I hate anywhere Bruce Pearl goes. Auburn.
I'm not a big Kentucky guy.
I don't like Kentucky. I like them more than Duke, though.
They don't win as much.
They really don't, do they? Major League Baseball.
Red Sox 1, Mets 2.
Mets are my honorable mention. Go Cardinals 1. Probably Reds 2. Brewers 3. Astros 4.
Putting the Cubs 3 because of you.
Rockies 5. Easy. They have to be on the list.
I put the Reds 4. That just happened like with this year. And then 5, I'll go the Dodgers. I don't like the Dodgers.
I don't like the Dodgers either.
But the Astros should be right there too.
I can't stand the Astros.
They cheat. Yep.
What about the NBA?
I don't care enough.
We were talking about the Sixers earlier. I despise Joel Embiid.
There's players I don't like, but
I also hate every team LeBron's played for. I now love the Miami Heat. They might be my favorite NBA team. Miami Heat. It's weird.
Spoelstra.
They have 2 former Illini as well, and I have to hear about them all the time on Twitter. Just with the Dolphins stuff. Don't like the Knicks. They haven't been good in forever, but people, they just talk about it so much.
I don't really like the Bulls. I know a lot of Bulls fans, and I mean, and rightfully so. They all liked him when Jordan was there. So
I've really started hating the Bulls too, and I used to be like a pretty big Bulls fan back in the day, but I just
don't like the Rockets.
them.
I'm not a James Harden guy.
Or a Westbrook guy.
Oh gosh.
He didn't play today for whatever reason.
The Nets I won't like when Durant plays next year.
I don't like Durant. I don't like Draymond with Golden State.
Golden State's starting to get on my nerves. Because, I mean, they're bad for 1 year, and now they get the number 2 pick. They're going to reload.
I wouldn't say there's really any other team I really don't like. I've never really minded the Celtics.
Nope. Yep. I just don't like the league enough to.
Me either.
And I don't have 5 least favorite NHL teams.
What about MLS?
The Galaxy. I don't know. Yeah, fun little list there, J-Man.
Yep.
What do you want to talk about next?
What else do we have to talk about?
There's hockey playoffs going on. The Islanders are beating the Flyers 1-0 tonight, or right now, today, I guess, or tonight. It's 7:19. The Colorado Avalanche are trying to climb themselves out of a 1-0 deficit tonight at 9:45.
They're by far my least favorite.
It's the Dallas Stars.
Let's go Stars!
Stars.
Is that game 1?
Game 2. The Dallas won 5-3 on Saturday. So Colorado's without their starting goalie now. Lower leg injury, but I think they'll bounce back tonight. Maybe that was a wake-up call after an easy series over the Arizona Coyotes. They got to make the next step and at least win this to advance to the conference finals. That's a good step for this young team.
When's the last time they played in the conference finals? Was it when they won the cup?
They won in 01. I want to say they got back there shortly after that, but I could be wrong. They haven't got there in a long time. I should know that, and I will look that up in a bit. But
this is embarrassing. I should know this.
But yeah, the NHL. I mean, it's into the second round for all the series, so it's just moving on by. The Blackhawks got eliminated by the Golden Knights.
I really like watching playoff hockey too, and I haven't tuned in.
It's harder to watch right now with the bubble than
the NBA is.
I think so. I think the home ice environment is big time in hockey.
Oh, it gets stupid loud.
You got the pom-poms and everything, so.
Yeah, playoff hockey's fun. I love watching the Cup.
9:45 start. That just grinds my gears. That's going to.
You're an old man.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to stay up for all the game. Maybe a period. Maybe. But yeah. So I got my Avs hat on, my shirt. Ready to go.
Sure do I have a Cup shirt on.
I just saw the blue. I figured. So I had some PGA Tour golf over the weekend. The
Rory might kill me.
The first round of the FedEx Cup, and Dustin Johnson just dominated. 30 under par for the 4 rounds combined, including a Friday round of 60, which wasn't the best round of the day. That was a 59, thanks to Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty!
But Dustin, in my opinion, really should have broke the low round PGA Tour record of 58. I think he should have shot about a 57, but...
Can you really say a guy chokes when he shoots a 60?
Absolutely not. Nope. And he was just money all weekend long. I mean, at 30 under, that's tied for the second best total score for 4 rounds. Ernie Els shot 31 under back in 2013 at the Tournament of Champions. Or 2003, not 2013. But Dustin's now the FedEx Cup leader. He's also number 1 in the world again. We're talking about a guy 4 or 5 weeks ago that shot an 80 in a round at the Memorial. And now he's shooting 30 under in 4 rounds combined. Just golf, man. BMW Championship this weekend in Chicago. It's the top 70 in the FedEx Cup standings. Fortunately, Ricky Fowler's done for the FedEx, so it's not a very good year for him, even though got a few majors coming up still. But your top 20 FedEx Cup power rankings this week, according to PGAtour.com, for the BMW Championship. You have Ryan Palmer at 20. No relation to Arnold.
Any relation to Arnold?
I don't think so. Russell Henley at 19. Matt Kuchar at 18. Hideki Matsuyama at 17. Victor Hovland at 16. Jason Day at 15. Louis Oosthuizen at 14. Tony Finau at 13. Talk about a guy that needs to win more. Xander Schauffele at 12. Alex Norwin at 11. Scotty Scheffler at 10. Harris English at 9. Kevin Kistner at 8. Colin Morikawa at 7. Daniel Berger at 6. Bryson DeChambeau at 5. John Rahm at 4. Justin Thomas at 3, Webb Simpson at 2, and number 1 is Dustin Johnson himself.
No Rory this week?
Rory is in. He's playing, but he's not on.
This will be the J-Man's Bucket prediction of the week. I'm not picking Rory this week because...
what?
Yeah,
this will be the week he does it.
If
he is a BMW champion.
If he does it, we'll know it was all me.
Yep.
Give me the guy who's ranked 12th on that power rankings list.
That was the guy I picked last week, Xander Schauffele.
J-Man.
Tiger Woods, Patrick Cantlay, Adam Scott, and Patrick Reed are also among the notables who are playing this week but not in the power rankings. Jordan Spieth, done. Phil Mickelson, done. Like I said, Ricky Fowler, done. But Phil Mickelson's playing on the senior tour this week.
J-Man's Booking Prediction of the Week is brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Travis Watchering. For life, home, auto, renters, business, workers, comp, and farm insurance, contact Travis at 219-869-4561. Also contact him, travis.watchering@infb.com.
Yeah, that auto insurance. Definitely look at that one. It's the deer are heavy out there. I got tagged one with my car. Actually, I think it tagged me on Saturday.
You're it.
But I do have Farm Bureau for my insurance carrier. And they did a really good job communicating with me, not only Saturday night, but today throughout the process. So seriously, give Travis a call. He'll take care of you. And it's nice to have an agent you can depend on during frustrating times like that. Stinking deer. Bambi.
Get your insurance.
Yes. Well, we got a few more minutes.
Who you picking? You already picked?
Oh, I didn't pick for the PGA. Jason Day.
Australian.
Yeah.
Mate,
like,
put another shrimp on the bobby.
He's had, he did have a bad week this past week, but prior to missing the cut, he had 4 top 10s with a tie for 4th at the PGA Championship. So Give me Jason Day. It's crazy. Yeah, I got this week, and then next week's the FedEx Cup Championship, and then got a few little tournaments, and then you got the U.S. Open at the, I think, midway point in September, and then got the Masters in November, and then we're going to be starting a whole new season again.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yep. Hopefully, fans will be back in 2021. Hopefully.
I'm assuming they are, but no one knows. No one knows anything.
No, I mean, hopefully by springtime next year we get fans back for golf and baseball.
Everything. Hopefully by January we have college basketball.
That would be great.
Fans back. That's probably best case scenario. Yeah. You want to hear your Birdie Bogey?
Yes,
you got anything else?
I probably do, but I forget, and I've honestly forgot the question, so I need you to reread it,
Since
please.
1930, only 3 players in Major League Baseball history have at least 30 home runs and 100 RBIs before their 21st birthday. Who are they? Do you want a hint?
No. Well, yes, because you act like I really need a hint.
Well, you probably do.
I think I got 2 of these guys, I think.
Okay, one guy is dead. He's in the Hall of Fame, though.
Okay, then that was one I'm not thinking of.
Another guy played in our lifetime, but is retired.
Oh, no.
And another guy is currently playing.
Okay. I thought 2 of them were currently playing.
Nope.
Crud.
What? One guy will probably get there this year. Likely.
What was the stats again?
Only 3 players.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, I got that. I got the 3, but I don't.
30 home runs and 100 RBIs before their 21st birthday.
So for their career, 30 home runs.
Yes.
Go with Miguel Cabrera.
No.
Mike Trout.
No.
So I'm way off things. They're the 2 actives I thought. But you only said one active. So I'm wrong on both of those.
Yes, you got a big old bogey. Who's the dead guy? We talk about him a lot.
It's Ted Williams.
Ted Williams.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that is no longer playing but is retired?
Griffey.
No. Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, well, yeah, Mariner also.
Their other one, Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Fernando Tatis Jr. will probably get there this year.
So how
Actually,
close,
he's already 21.
How close was Cabrera?
He
was only like 20.
He was only like 20.
03 Marlins team.
He only hit like 12 homers, though.
I thought he was a shoot. I thought for sure I was confident in that one.
He hit 12 homers. He was born April 18th, so he turned 21 early in his second year, so that kind of hurts you because he had 12 homers his rookie year. Second year he hit 33 homers, but he turned 21 in April, so he definitely couldn't get there.
Didn't know that. Darn. Good question. Tough question. Another bogey. Chalk it up. We're getting a whiteboard up here next year. Hey, when are we doing that pump, pass, and kick competition? Looked up the rules today.
What is the rules?
You only get 1 of each. And it is the farthest
That's not
ball great. After all 3.
Can I get like 6 hours to stretch?
Sure.
Trying to think of a weekend we can do it. When it gets a little cooler.
Yeah, that's fair though. September sometime.
September-ish. We're in the middle of football. It's not even football season.
I know.
We can
Should be preseason right now.
But that's not technically counting as football season.
High school football season.
Doesn't count. Professional football season counts.
I'm gonna let you. It counts as a person on the ISC Sports Network. High school football season.
No, I'm saying it counts as far as football, but not like it's not the football season I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about the National Football League, which is the professional organization of which the football players play. Thanks for watching.
Kriegers.
/ listening to the Tan and J-Man Show. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Noble Gnome LLC, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Travis Watching, the Dan Landing, and Performance Print House. We will be back at it next Monday night on the ISC Sports Network. Have a great week, everybody, and stay frosty.